these guys kind of like meet each other happenstance, how it is that at least 3 killers are using the same burial ground for their crimes and different time frames as well.
You think there's like a secret organization of serial killers?
No, I'm just a water boy today, dude.
Good thing it's not called Drunk and Demonic anymore, huh?
No, it's the Horror Water Company.
Cheers. This is water too.
Oh, a big old jug, dude.
Well, hello everyone. My name's Jamie.
I'm Peter.
This is Peter, and this is a great episode of Horror Whiskey Company.
Horror Water Company.
This is gonna be one of those like science or research experiments, you know, where someone tells you you can in fact have fun without alcohol.
Yeah.
We have our friend Pete here that's gonna see if he can in fact have more fun than me by not drinking during our episode. Because I don't know if you've heard about it, but he's having himself a little issue with his liver because he just drinks so much. And so it's like a cirrhosis, I think they were saying, or it's early onset cirrhosis because of how much Jameson he drinks. So he's no longer allowed to drink anymore. You heard it
for
here
this
first,
episode.
But,
I didn't realize you were a doctor. You're diagnosing me right now? You have so many talents.
I think I was just trying to make up what we call a white lie.
He's a podcast doctor, detective.
I also had this in my pocket. Got you good, you idiot.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Man,
well,
you
sorry.
got me good.
Oh, man, I'm hurting this feeling.
I got more work to do after this. So we're doing a day show instead of a night show. And so I guess I'm like, the sun is out and stuff. And not a huge fan. I don't like being around when the sun's up, kind of like a vampire. Anyways, yeah, I'm just slugging water, but it's super cold. It's been in my car. It was in my car all night. So it's like frozen.
You're doing what's called a triple today.
Yeah. Yep.
You're
doing
triple
Pete.
All 3 of your jobs are being worked today.
In one day. Yep.
How's that feel? Well, since you're not drinking, why don't we break into what I'm having? So
yeah, what are you having today? You got to drink for 2. Drink for both of us, Jamie. You're drinking for 2.
I had some Casadores to open it up. I wouldn't have had a shot if I didn't know that you weren't drinking, but I'm guessing you decided to tell me that right when I hit record. That way I didn't heckle you, I assume?
No, it honestly just didn't come up.
Oh, I just didn't want to be a bull. You don't want me to be a bully, and I don't want to be a bully. You know,
I don't
likes
even
a
want to
bully.
give you the opportunity to be a bully.
Well, I found.
What are you drinking, bully?
I've got myself what's called Long John's Winter Ale, and it's funny because it's got Long Johns on it, but it's spelled Johns, which we've talked about.
JWH, or how do they spell it?
JAWNS. And like we've said before, this is a Philadelphia term where they use it for damn near everything, and then they look at you like you're an idiot. Yeah, it's just anything is a John. Anything can be a John. Yep. You can be a John, like that John over here. Grab that John there.
I'm a John. He's a John. She's a John. We're all Johns.
We're all drinking Johns, dude. So this is a winter lager, 6%. Okay. I have no idea who makes it. Oh, Yards Brewing, which is the biggest brewery in Philadelphia. So I'm not sure why I had to pay $15 for 6 of these, but all right. I was also upset.
First reactions? You had one yet?
I'm having it right now. It tastes like a Yingling, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very like...
You don't get any winter spices?
No, not really. It pretty much just tastes like an amber. Maybe like a sweeter amber ale.
Okay.
I was kind of bummed out because they had a whole bunch of Halloween-themed beers at the liquor store, but they weren't on clearance. They were at full price.
Bullshit.
I would have bought some of those. I was really excited.
Well, just keep an eye on them.
I'm going to keep her posted because I think there was a 9% peanut butter stout called like All Hallows Eve.
Sick.
And it was $17 for 4. I'm like, this isn't financially responsible to do.
No.
So I didn't do it.
Way to hold back.
And that's about it.
You struggle with that.
Are you saying I'm an alcoholic or I lack the ability to not do to not be impulsive.
I think you like buying things.
You say this all the time. I do. It's
Yeah.
not new. I like to buy. If I could
But
be a
also, I think
professional
mostly it's
shopper,
just lacking impulse control, which is, another whatever. We don't have to
See-
go too much into it. Alcohol, shopping, you like your thing.
well, see, it's weird is I hate going to shopping. Like I hate going to the
Yeah.
grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Do you
big
like
fan of the
finding
mall.
things?
I
Yeah.
just like I like trinkets,
Mhm.
shirts. You can never have too many
Yep.
black shirts or black trucker hats.
Definitely not.
That's
I
where
only
we're
know
at.
because they all go to me after a while.
Have I given you? I guess I've given you a lot because I go, hey, I got too fat for this one. You're like, oh, sick.
Either that or you're moving and you're like, do you want these shirts? I'll say, I'll have some of them.
Well, we can skip what you're drinking because it's like
Yeah,
boring.
I'm just
and
drinking water. It's fine.
Well, why don't you make up for it by telling us if we've got anything going on with true crime updates for this time, sir?
We do have 2 true crime updates. The first one, I know that we've talked about it before, but it's official that Luigi Mangione's defense has submitted the body cam footage taken by the police officers of the arrest in the McDonald's. I think that was in at least Pennsylvania, right? It wasn't in Philly.
It was.
It was? Okay.
It was not in Philly. It was in the outskirts.
Oh, Altoona. Do you know how far Altoona is from where you are? It's a fun name.
I don't. There's like the entire outskirts of Philadelphia is just consisting of little tiny towns with weird ass names.
All right. Well, in the town of Altoona is where this altercation occurred. The prosecutors are trying to say like they were justified in their search. So what the whole thing is that Luigi Mangione is claiming that his backpack was searched illegally, and in the backpack, the police found the 9mm handgun that he used to shoot the CEO Brian Thompson.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, I guess nothing. Yeah, this is all alleged for sure. A notebook, a loaded magazine, a silencer for that gun, and then
How did they find that?
notes.
How'd they
things like that.
find that magazine? Was it just like out in the open?
No, it was in his backpack.
But was it just in his backpack? Was it weirdly wrapped in anything?
I don't know. Do you know this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was wrapped in his underwear.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, I know.
Ew.
You think it was? Hopefully, it wasn't used underwear, but like, yeah, he
It
tried to
probably
just-
was.
He's like, man, they're gonna find this
They'll never
magazine right
find
away.
this.
What if I just put it in my me undies?
In me undies, me use me undies, and they'll never find it because they'll be like,
I was
"Ew,
thinking
gross underwear."
I was thinking like me undies the brand, and you were like me undies, like he's Scottish.
Yeah, no, I knew what you were talking
Is
about.
that Italian me
Yeah.
undies.
Oh, me
All right.
undies. You gotta do it like this. The prosecutors are claiming that all that's bullshit and that even if they didn't have a warrant to search his bag, because that's what they're claiming is that they didn't have a warrant to go through his bag. They're claiming that the police are justified because they were aware of a threat that he could be, specifically that he had a gun or potentially had a bomb, and that they would be allowed to search a bag in the case of like a domestic terror or like a public safety type thing. We'll see. We're definitely gonna report on this as soon as any decision is made, but that is in trial right now on whether or not it's going to be included or not. It's a huge deal because if they don't allow all of this evidence, most notably the gun that was used to kill him, like manifestos and journals, they're like kind of shit out of luck.
You think he's gonna be free? There's
I
no
don't
way.
know.
Okay.
It's possible, dude.
He's gonna get Epsteined if he gets free. He's
Yeah.
gonna randomly just
Oh no, he
he
died.
he died in transfer.
Yeah,
That's
but he
crazy.
doesn't really know anything. He doesn't have it like that. The Epstein suicided thing, like that goes for people that are having incriminating evidence against other people. Like, unless I don't see that happening.
Yeah, dude. He killed a CEO. You gotta clap back, dude.
Yeah.
On the streets,
see.
you gotta defend yourself.
But anyway, so we had mentioned that in a previous episode that they potentially could be calling that into question. They are 100%. It is being examined in trial as we speak. So there is that. And another fun little true crime jot. We're going to be talking about the Gilgo Beach, Long Island serial killer case again. So I believe it was the last episode that we did like this, our bantery episodes. We talked about how one of the previous victims assumed to be one of Rex Heuermann's, but not being charged with to Rex Heuermann, was Colleen McNamee. And she was charged or like found to actually be a victim of a previous serial killer named John Bitroff. As we mentioned in our Gilgo Beach case, this body that has always gone by the name of Peaches, aka Jade Doe number 3. Her daughter was known as Baby Doe.
I remember.
Kind of like from like a Jane Doe. She's a little baby, so they're calling her Baby Doe. Anyways, they've identified her as Tanya Jackson and her 2-year-old daughter, Tatiana Dykes. Now, their remains were found kind of scattered across Long Island, specifically in that Gilgo Beach area, as well as like Hempstead Lake State Park, all along Long Island. But on December 5th, like just a couple days ago, a man named Andrew Dykes, who was living in Florida at the time, was arrested in New York on a warrant in connection with the murder of both Jackson and Tatiana Dykes. Now, the crazy part is he is actually the biological father of Tatiana, the 2-year-old girl.
Ooh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
He kills his fucking daughter. What a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah. Kills his daughter, kills his girlfriend, dumps their bodies in Gilgo Beach. They are saying that this is, again, we're having more and more. This is another victim that was not officially being charged in the Huerman case. Now we're kind of seeing why the defense or like why the prosecution said, no, we're not doing all of the cases. We are doing these very specific ones and not trying to take in this huge grand conspiracy. I mean, still there's 7 that he's being charged with, but there's a lot of bodies out there. Another one that is not tied to Rex Huerman, but that doesn't mean this has anything saying about Rex Huerman's guilt or not guilt. But what I found was really interesting is that we've already seen, we're guessing the evidence is pretty strong that Rex Huerman is responsible for at least a few of the Long Island bodies that are being disposed of. But now we have 2 other people that we already know are dumping bodies there as well. So I'm just like blown away that this Gilgo Beach area isn't like a huge zone. It's like Long Island's not that big. And the fact that we have at least 3 different people or potentially dumping bodies there is super fucking weird. And did you get through all of Dexter?
No.
Like even into the new seasons?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think
I don't want to spoil much.
I think I'm still in season 5.
Okay. Not to really spoil too much, but I'm wondering if there's like some or like if you ever read The Sandman.
I did.
Okay. So you know when they have like the convention where all like the killers show up and they all hang out together? I'm wondering if like there's some kind of weird thing going on where like all these guys are at least at some point getting together, similar to like a Dexter situation where like, you know, every now and then he has like with the Trinity Killer, like these guys kind of like meet each other like happenstance and they share their secrets and stuff like that. How it is that at least 3 killers are using the same burial ground for their crimes and different time frames as well.
So you're saying that you think there's like a secret organization of serial killers?
Either that or just the fact that they could potentially be like meeting each other somehow. I don't know which sounds crazier, but yeah, especially with we know from kind of what we talked about, Rex Huerman was into some dark web kind of stuff. And if these guys are somehow able to be connected through that or through Craigslist or that kind of stuff to like meet up and talk about this stuff, I just think it's super fucking weird that all these bodies are from 3 different killers all in the same area.
Yeah, that is super weird. I think if maybe they should put some surveillance on that area.
You know, it's probably a good idea. Maybe they should, like, in the super dark highway that they keep finding all these bodies, maybe they should put up some, like, cameras.
Yeah. They're like, you know, fool me once.
Yeah. Like, the only fucking camera shit are, like, the hotels where the girls are going missing or the gate on the night that, oh, what was her name? But the one that kind of sparked the whole thing. That was kind of missing for a while that sparked like the missing persons, like they were looking for her. She went to, they have like video of her at one of the people's gate, like trying to get into this house. But that footage apparently disappeared. So yeah, I don't know. Really weird shit there.
Crooked cops, dude. Crooked New York cop.
Crooked.
And no surveillance.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, one, interested because we just keep seeing bodies that are found on Long Island that aren't connected to the one that is called the Long Island serial killer. Kind of strange.
No, for sure.
Word, dude. So do you know anything about this Brian Walsh case? So this is
No.
not like a brand new story, but it happened like 2 years ago. So this guy, Brian Walsh, is accused of murdering his wife, Anna Walsh, who disappeared on New Year's Eve in 2022 into 23. So January 1st, 2023. And her body has never been found. But what has happened is that as soon as this woman goes missing and no one can ever find her body, the police are like, hey, let's talk to her husband,
Mhm.
Brian. And Brian initially is like, no, I don't have anything to do with this. I don't know what happened, all this stuff. We now get to the point where he's entering his trial. Now, just before his trial starts, so he is charged with murder one for sure,
Okay.
as well as obstructing an investigation, aka lying to police. And the other one is desecrating a body because they're claiming that he not only murdered her, but he also chopped up her body and then hid it in all these different like dumpsters around really like the same place we've been talking about for a long time, just outside of Boston in Dedham, Massachusetts.
What
Anyways,
else were we
right
talking about? Like
before,
with the serial killer from, or the potential one that happened in February, or this
well,
was
not
years ago?
so much that one, but the Karen Reed case that we spent like way too much fucking time on, is like a really similar, like it's pretty close to where this is taking place. So the outskirts of Boston look like they might be a little tough place to be. So if you live in that area, I don't know, get a Ring doorbell cam or something.
Turns out the
Maybe
East Coast just
maybe a
needs some
security
more
system.
surveillance.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere. Maybe we should just put some cameras up. I don't know.
Put them up all over the place, like London. Give
Yeah.
us a curfew.
This guy looks like the police are pretty much like, dude, we have this guy dead to right. There's no one at the house. He wakes up, and what they're alleging is that he kills her, cuts up the body, disposes of it. Now, on the other side of things, Brian Walsh and his defense are saying, well, one, you don't have a body. And what he's also saying right before they go to court is that he admits that he lied to police and he admits that he cut up her body because he is searched at 5 or 4:30 in the morning on January 1st, like how to dispose of a body, right? So the police have this digital evidence and they pretty much are like, hey, like, why would you ever be looking at that if you didn't do it? And he's like, oh, well, what had happened was she just died randomly, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
called like sudden unintended death or something like that, is what they're saying happened.
Sud.
And then no, it's some weird acronym that they've been using. But
Okay.
anyways, so he gets scared, cuts up the body, and then goes and hides it around the like Massachusetts suburbs, right?
Jesus.
And so they're going into court, and he's like, "Yep, I did that too, but I didn't kill her." And we'll see like what ends up happening with this case because what I think the defense's strategy for this is going into it, they're saying, yep, I've admitted to lying to the police and I admitted to cutting up the body. So those things can't be used against him in his murder trial
Why? Just because he admitted
because
to it?
he's already pled guilty to
Oh.
doing those things. There's a bunch of other weird stuff going on. Apparently, he had maybe been having an affair with a guy and he had researched who this guy was. But on the other side of things, they found her like COVID vaccination card at the scene. And so I think potentially the defense is going to say that maybe she died from getting the COVID vaccine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
why that would be interesting to a jury pool is that if you can find someone that's, in that, let's call it conspiratorial, like anti-vax crowd, that is saying like, well, I believe vaccines are killing people. Well, there you have your reasonable doubt of like, hey, maybe the vaccine did kill this lady. And all it takes is one juror to say, no, I think the vaccine did it.
There's no way that inside Boston there's going to be 1 of 12 people that doesn't believe in the COVID
It's
vaccine.
got to be more than that. It's exactly. So I don't know. The defense is like, been thrown a pretty shitty card here, dealt a shit hand. But I think they've done, if all of these things work out for them to where it's not admissible that they get to hear that he cut up the body,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not admissible that he lied to police officers and obstructed the investigation, they kind of only have a little bit more to work on in it if it's allowed. This hasn't been shown, like the judge hasn't ruled on that yet, but that's what they're asking for, as well as the fact that they still have never found any of her body. Little bit of a strange case, and we'll definitely be updating
Super
it. But it
strange.
is fucking crazy how this guy is. I've seen worse defenses before,
But
strategy
so
wise.
did you say at the beginning, and I just was like not listening, but how did he get caught? He just like went and like told
Well,
on himself?
no, she was missing. At
Yeah.
least I guess I don't know about that, but I think that, that she's reported missing, and the police like start where they always start, which is with the husband. And
He
they're
was like,
like, yeah,
fuck, dude, you're right. Oh, yeah.
this is really interesting. No one else was at the house, and you woke up and found, yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure the timeline on when he admits to chopping up her body, but
Uh-huh.
they are claiming that he didn't do it. He did all these other things, and he's maybe a bad guy, but you can't go to jail for being a bad guy or making a dumb decision. So, yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very confused. So he admitted to all of it. He pled guilty for it. Her body's missing,
Yep, to
but he
everything except
hasn't.
for murdering her.
So he admits to chopping her up, but he didn't do it. He found her dead.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
found her dead and then panicked because he's also like was already on probation for another crime that he was tied to that was somehow like it was like art fraud where he was like either selling or manipulating markets on art pieces
Did he
and
break
was
into the loo?
I don't know, dude. He could have been one of those guys.
No, this guy is far too stupid to do this.
Yeah.
This
So
is a very dumb thing to do. Like, oh yeah, I definitely I panicked because she was
yeah,
dead. So
yeah.
the only thing I knew to do was to chop her up and hide her in different
And
spots
hide
because
her.
that's
And
what
he
you
also
do.
like, yeah, the digital evidence is fucking ridiculous. He also looked up like another like a killer who I can't remember what the guy's actual name was, but his like moniker is like the trash bag killer. He like looked him up,
Oh, like
and this
pin
is
it
like
on
right after
him.
the death. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
right.
maybe. I guess I didn't think of it like that. But anyways, no remains have been found at all, which is the craziest part of all of this. Because he does seem kind of like a dumb idiot, and you'd imagine that dumb idiots should get caught for things, but that's
That's
not always how the
exactly,
system
yeah.
works.
Yeah, that's the thing that threw me off. I'm like, literally, they cannot find any remains.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of like blowing my mind here, especially because they're like, all right, you did it. Like, where'd you put him? And he's like, I don't know.
I don't freaking know, dude.
Okay.
I was so panicked. I blacked out. I cut up her body, put the trash bags around
I
the
was in,
area, and then came back to.
yeah, this guy's going to jail forever.
I think so. But
Yeah.
again, he's only been arrested. He's in trial. He's
Yeah.
charged with the murder, but he has not been found
They're
guilty
gonna
yet.
they're gonna
So
hold him until he's found guilty.
alleged.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
All right, Jamie, it is now your turn. What's your fucked up story you got?
Oh well, so this one comes with little disclaimers because it's pretty fucked up. But I have a story on Mark Paulino, and
Okay.
he's also known as Santa Mark.
Oh, I don't like Santa being involved with this.
So he is a 64-year-old man from Hamilton Township, Mercer County, New Jersey. And if you don't know where that is, me neither, because everything is considered a township or some sort of county in New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Yeah, okay.
So this is where it kind of starts getting fucked up. So he is a retired elementary school teacher from the Hamilton Township School District. And after his retirement, he decided to really work his passion, which is becoming a seasonal Santa Claus performer.
I don't like where this is going.
And this is where he's known as Santa Mark. So if you get a chance to pull up this guy's mugshot, he definitely looks like Santa, but he looks like also Bob Weir from Grateful Dead. So
hey, dude, don't be bringing Grateful Dead into this.
So,
oh yeah, he looks like
You see him?
sure he looks like He looks like super hammered Santa.
He looks like a terrible human. So on December 4th, investigators from the Internet Crimes Against Children unit in Mercer County were alerted that a user in Hamilton Township had uploaded suspected child abuse material. And shocker, it comes to find out that it was, in fact, Mark. So he's being charged with distributing of child and sex abuse materials. So to kind of break it down, he emailed some sexually explicit videos of young girls to someone, and it was flagged on the internet, and this is how he was arrested. And so I think he's getting 4 counts of this. So second degree distribution, second degree possession, third degree possession, and endangered a welfare child. So I'm guessing he sent an email of one kid, but still, and now he's getting no. And so after his arrest, it was filed to detain him pending trial. And prosecutors are seeking to keep him behind bars rather than granting bail. Yeah, no shit. So yeah,
when did this happen?
This happened December 4th of 2025.
Okay. Just recently. Okay. I was going to say, because like Christmas is coming up soon.
Yeah. So there's not a lot to this story right now, other than the fact that this is why he's detained, is because they found basically someone who's out there searching the internet. Under this unit and found this, and he's detained. But how fucked up is it that someone that has been around children his entire life is just now getting charged for something like this? Like,
he's elementary school teacher
to a Santa Claus. Yeah. I wanted to bring this up because it is kind of close to Christmas time, but
keep an eye on your Santas. Is that what you're trying to say here?
Fucking what the fuck, dude? Fuck this dude.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Well, once there's more about this, or hopefully this guy goes to jail for a long time and gets murdered in jail by what is a million different people from the mob that are in New Jersey
he's not
in jail.
Gonna last long in jail. He might not even make it to trial, dude.
Let's hope so.
If he's being held in a jail, he's gonna need to be in protective custody for sure.
Yeah. So fuck this dude.
All right. Fuck Santa Mark. I didn't like that story at all.
I'm sorry. I felt like I saw it and I was like, this has got to be said. People have to know that this is a piece of shit that's out there.
Yeah, for sure. Gross. Fuck you, Mark Paulino, Santa Mark. I don't like you at all.
Let's change up the subject and go into something a little bit more lighthearted. Is good old fashioned fake murder. And let's go back into our favorite area, horror news.
Yay! Oh, you were going to stay on the topic of kids, though.
Horror news. We're going into horror news. I'm still working on the jingle. I don't think that's it, but
I will say, all right. Well, we're going to start with it because it's first.
Because it's first in the talking points.
I think it's my favorite intro song. I don't know why I like this song.
Because it's old timey.
I'll be
it's old fashioned.
And I'll be red with a smile and ribbon in my hair.
Yeah.
And then like the scenes get like progressively more like fucked up.
And then it goes into the music.
I really do like the intro.
I know that I say this a lot, and you say this a lot, that we're very much like, oh, I love this. Very rarely are we like, I hate this show. Like, this is blah, blah, blah. Like, I guess we're just like big, dumb idiots when it comes to horror because we love all things about horror. But I really enjoyed my time watching this show. And yes, it had fucked with timelines and shit like that all the nerds were like, oh, it doesn't follow the book, blah, blah, blah. But I am loving it.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait for the finale that comes out this Sunday.
Is it this Sunday is the final episode of the season?
Sunday is the last one. Did you watch the little teaser?
No, I try not to do teasers. That's your thing.
Yeah, that's true. So
no, I didn't see it, but I would also agree with you. I felt like it got a little bit of a lull through like maybe episode 5 and especially episode 5. 4 and 5, maybe it slowed down a little bit and I was like dragging a little bit. But then this most recent episode was so fucking crazy. The black
I thought
spot.
I thought 6 was good too.
6 was
Five's
good for sure.
5 is where they introduce Pennywise, correct?
Yeah.
Well, that
Yep.
makes sense why it's a little like slow. And then 6 is where they like
I think
go.
5 was 5 the one they were in the caves or in the sewers? I
Yes.
can't remember if it was 5 or 6.
5 is where they were in the sewers, and it turned into the kid that was killed and brought all the
Yeah.
kids into the sewer to feed.
Yep.
And that's where Home Dude shot his friend.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. A bunch of dude, they don't care about a single character in this story. They are fucking everyone up. I don't think
Right?
we have any. Are we doing any spoiler? Or we're doing spoilers, right? We don't really give a shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
No one's listening to us anyways. We might as well talk how we want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Because this one, like, do you have more stuff to talk about 5 and 6, or you just want to go into 7?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I completely agree with you, and I'm really liking backstory, right? Because even like Stephen King's, it doesn't get super backstory-ish about what all of this is, and happy that we're finally getting like some understanding, even going back to previous episodes that we've already covered, like the origins of like who this or like what this monster really is and how it operates and stuff like that. I feel like we're getting a lot more of that than we did in the It movies or in Stephen King's It, because it's more like those are about the characters that are in the story. Whereas I feel like this show is more about like the town of Derry and this entity that has haunted it for a long time. And it's not so much concerned with the characters because the characters all fucking die.
Yes.
They just keep killing people off every fucking episode.
Dude, I was tearing up episode 7, dude. That was rough, dude.
Yeah, and it also
Like,
was really gritty too. The rest of the stuff we're seeing feels a little bit more like what we've come to know from it, especially the newer movies. But it got real dark in 7 with the fire.
Like the whole fire, like burning, like it got real racist. It got real dramatic. And literally Rich, can I just say it?
Yeah,
Sorry, dude. That one killed me. He's like, I'm a knight. They protect fair maidens. And he's like laying on that. And like, you can't. I'm like, I was like yelling at the TV. I'm like, you can't fucking kill him. I'll kill you.
I thought he was going to survive it.
Me too.
I thought the girl was maybe going to die, right? But like, I will also say that like I did get a little, there's some continuity things that I don't really appreciate much. Whereas like the 11-year-old kid is like able to run like a really complex jazz swing beat on the drums. I thought that was very funny.
Well, that's why he carries his drumsticks.
You know what? Yeah, but like I live with an 11-year-old drummer and he cannot carry a drum swing, like a jazz swing beat.
Oh shit.
It's way too complex.
Well, that doesn't make for good television if he's bad at it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. But what they do with that
I've
is
been practicing for years. You can't just come in and be that good at this. Well,
I mean,
he
I guess
died.
I don't know.
He died.
I don't know.
At least let him be good at drums, okay?
Yeah, I guess. An 11-year-old could potentially, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. I'm just saying it caught me a little off guard because I was like, there's no way. It's not outside the realm of possibility that.
Yeah, there's like 11-year-old kids on the internet. Sorry, I interrupt. But there's kids on the internet that like straight up shred guitar.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just a little prodigy and he just never got to do it because he was so busy trying to kill
a knight,
the entity. He's a knight.
I thought also, like you mentioned earlier, people have kind of been complaining because it doesn't line up with the Stephen King It. And they've done some really interesting things, trying to have it be a different story, but have the through lines connected. So specifically with the black spot, I was always wondering, because I knew that the black spot was coming. As soon as they started building it in the series, I was like, uh-oh, this is going to be our event. Because I've already read it in the book, but Will is there. And in Stephen King's It, he tells his kid about it, who is the boy in the It movies. How is he going to be in this military bar when he is 11 years old? It doesn't make any sense. But then they tie it together, and they've done, I think, a pretty good job of like sort of stitching together these through lines, knowing that they're not staying true to the source material, but also not saying completely fuck you to it. They're kind of like playing a little fast and loose with it, but also paying homage to where it came. Thought that was really cool. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
What?
I'm going partying,
Damn,
dude.
dude. Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to make up for both of us.
You are. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
So,
that.
you know what I'm really enjoying? How good is the CGI in
It's
and
pretty
the gore?
fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. We
guess
get
I'm
to
like-
see a lot of cool stuff.
I guess I've been a little bummed out about, like, I loved how great it was mysterious for the first 5 episodes, and now it's like Pennywise kind of dance around. Like, there's not that like shock and awe for me anymore. Some of the things, like him eating the top or the bottom of that guy's head, and the tongue is like out there, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's sick. Or like the way he opens up, and I forget what it's called, because they don't really bring it up in the show, but it's like the dead stare, right?
The dead light.
The dead lights, and he's known for that for the entire forever. His dead lights, but the way he opens up his mouth and does the dead lights, and how it ends that with Will in the last episode, I'm like, how is he going to be fucking saved? Because we know he's.
I have no idea. Yeah,
but you're like, everyone dies.
For the story to continue.
Yes, because you can't kill him off because he's in the movies. I'm like, all right, he's going to live.
I was also, again, like these random tangents that throw me out of the story. I don't know if you had this same thing when Pennywise at the very end there, like the scene you're talking about, when he's on top of the refrigerator and he's like, I can't hear you. It just reminded me of SpongeBob, and I was just waiting for him to bring out into because it just literally had like, it sounds identical to it. And I was like, oh man, that is the dude from SpongeBob.
I didn't catch that. I was like more looking at like how he's completely covered in blood. Can we backtrack a little bit and be like, hey, fuck you, government? Because he was literally asleep.
Yeah.
And then he like sensed that the gates got rid of, that he opened the gates. And do you think that's like completely open now?
Because
obviously not, because he just stays in Derry.
Well, my guess is that the incineration of the shards or the pillar doesn't work. That's my guess. You know, they put it in the thing where it's gonna like, oh, it's supposed to melt it, but like my guess is that it doesn't do shit, and then they go and put it back eventually or whatever.
Okay.
There's also this weird thing, and I just before I forget, when they find the pillar initially, that I have not gotten far enough into Stephen King's It, and I don't think the movies ever really talk about it or even really mention it, but there's this weird thing about a turtle and a turtle shell that kind of runs as like this weird theme where like kids have like dreams about turtles and stuff like that. And now it made sense to me that they were like enclosed these shards, these pillars inside tortoise shells. I don't know. I just thought that was a really cool like continuity between book and series.
Well, also, so there's the 2 different beings, correct? In the lore. So the 2 different gods that came from a different planet. One is that turtle, who is the all protector, and then the other is the entity, which is it. And so the reason why,
maybe I missed that. Did I miss that? Was that in the story?
No, I'm pretty sure I got it from watching some sort of nerd on the internet explain it to me.
Gotcha. I was gonna say maybe I missed that when they like Taniel had his whole where Halloran is like pulling all the information out of Taniel.
No, I think it's
just lore stuff.
No, I think there's something they explained it a little bit with the episode where all the Native Americans like go to fight him.
Yeah.
And then they like have like the scene where it shows like the turtle and stuff. But I got the more deep dive from someone kind of.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, where do we see this? I mean, do we have any more to talk about where we are? I think it's been awesome. It's been really cool to watch. I'm glad that they picked up the pace again, because I got a little slow. Think through episode 5, and then I was like, whoa, 6 is crazy and 7 was awesome.
I'm excited for the finale on Sunday. Yep. I don't think it's gonna be a while before we're talking about it. So we're probably not even gonna talk about the finale unless we like decide to do a little blurb or something like that. But
yeah, we can chit chat about it.
Excited.
Yeah, for sure. Very excited. We move on to the other thing we're excited about.
Yeah, so we have spent a lot of time, I guess, diving into this, but not diving into this.
Yeah.
Would you say?
No, we're diving, not diving into it.
Yeah, so
we're running concurrently with a storyline
We're like Randy in that episode of Guitar Hero, where he's like, I can play the real guitar. We're like, oh, you guys are watching Stranger Things? Well, did you know about the Montauk Conspiracy?
Have you ever done a deep dive into the fucking most ridiculous conspiracy theory ever, the Montauk Project?
Yeah, well, and that will be covered. The part 2 is going to be next week. So if you're excited, then here it comes.
Yeah, and we'll have it out before we get to, so we have the first 4 episodes now, right? And then how are they getting released? We're going to have it out before the next episodes are released, correct?
So yeah, the next episodes are released on Christmas, which is pretty fucked up to do.
Dude, I think that their whole thing is just Netflix is trying to cancel holidays.
Yeah, like, well, at least they did the first one like the day before Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure this is fucking Christmas is where they're releasing this.
I guess maybe, yeah, we talked about it. It was like 8 p.m. on the Wednesday before Christmas. Maybe some people tuned into that, but I myself and other people I know 100% watched it like Thanksgiving and the day after kind of thing. Like they're just trying to fuck with people's holidays.
Oh, because they know that everyone is not working.
You know what they're really doing? Oh, that's true for sure. But maybe, just maybe, Stranger Things is trying to cancel people arguing at the dinner table about politics, and they're trying to frame the conversation to be about Stranger Things. Stranger Things is going to save this country.
Boy Scouts. All right, so let's go. Let's stick our teeth into this. Where do you want to start?
I would say, I don't know. Do we want to just, yeah, you lead this one.
I can't stop looking at the internet memes of Vecna from last season and then now, and they're like, looks like Vecna got on Ozempic because he looked like he's
like fucking huge and burly.
He's just like thin and wrapped around. And the last one's like season 4, he kind of looked like the Grinch. She like had a little pop belly. He was like kind of saggy like this.
I'm looking it up right now. I got to see it side by side here. Oh yeah, for sure. That's really funny. Oh yeah, he's way skinny.
And apparently the internet is saying that 11 is not dressed like Josh Brolin from Goonies, but actually dressed like Rocky.
Little Rocky-ish. I could see it, but
I think it's more Josh Brolin, but whatever. And then apparently
you've been wrong before.
I have.
You've also been right before. So
there's also some 80s lore of Holly is dressed like one of the kid from Adventures and Babysitting. And then Max is also dressed like someone else. Oh no. Holly was dressed like the lead in The Labyrinth with a little bit more multicolors because the overalls. And then Max was dressed like the Adventures in Babysitting.
Adventures, yeah. I guess what we could talk about is like the different storylines that we have going, right? So we have our primary storyline for the first 4 episodes, for the most part, is the gang, I would call them, where we have Mike and Will and Dustin and who else? Robin and all the, anyways, the gang in the real world, right? And then we have another storyline, which is 11 and Hopper in the Upside Down. And then we have Max and Holly, who are in Vecna's mind. I guess we don't know exactly where they are.
They're in that wall, dude.
You think they're inside the wall?
So that wall is just kids. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, it's like he's got them like completely sucked up and like interconnected with him. My thoughts are that's why he looks so swell now, because he's just like so full of power from all these children. But they're still cognizant, and like, because Max is still, her body's still up here where everyone else is. That's my take on it.
Okay. So I have a slightly different take on that. So I think that at this point, we need to mention Stranger Things, The First Shadow, which is a play that was written by the Duffer Brothers, right? Performed on Broadway. But what it is pretty much the origin story for Vecna. And what we find out through that, do we want to spoil that, or should we just tell people to go watch it? We'll do both.
Please fly to New York City and go to the show.
Is it not available on Netflix?
What? The play? No, it's literally just a play.
But like they haven't like released any.
No, they don't do that for like 7 years, man. They're trying to get you to go to Broadway. I did look it up, and on a Tuesday you can get tickets for about $100, and then if you get an Amtrak from Philadelphia is roughly about $100. So you're looking at
Okay.
about
$200 plus
$300 to
beers.
go. Yeah, about $400. And then for you, the added cost would be, the $400 or $500 to fly into.
Significant. Yeah.
So it's a hard
Okay.
ask for a lot of people that don't
Well, then
live
let's
on the
just
East
fucking
Coast.
go ahead and at least spoil some of what goes on. So we have Vecna's
Well, they kind of told the
origin
story a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
They kind of told it a little bit in these episodes where like apparently like he went to school with like Howler and
Winona Ryder. Hopper.
I can't think of what's Winona Ryder's name in this show.
Joyce Byers.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep, you're good.
So he went to school with him. So
yep, and Nancy's parent were both also there. They're like included on this flyer. What happens is Vecna, aka Henry Creel.
Yeah, Henry.
Right? So Henry Creel so this takes place kind of throughout the shadow, or first shadow covers kind of his life. So what happens is that Henry Creel's running around in the deserts of Nevada as a child, and he comes to this cave and he finds this weird instrument, and he picks it up and it teleports him into this thing known as Dimension X.
Dimension X.
And in Dimension X, he is infected by a character that we've actually met before, the Mind Flayer. And he spends time in Dimension X for like 12 hours and comes back, but there's like something weird in his blood because of his time spent in Dimension X. So he has a horrific thing, and the family decides that they're going to leave Nevada because he's so fucked up. So then they move to Hawkins. And then the Mind Flayer convinces Henry Creel that he needs to murder his entire family and blame it on his dad, which he does. And that becomes what we know in season 4 is kind of our like catalyst for the Vecna the Vecna backstory that we get in the actual Stranger Things like series.
So that was before he was turned into Vecna.
Correct. Well, yes.
So 11 wasn't the bad person.
No, 11 actually doesn't even exist at this point. So
but I know, but in season 4, he's like, you turned me into this. You know what I mean?
Yes. So what happens is the Dr. Brenner becomes obsessed with him and builds Hawkins Labs to start trying to pretty much make 11s using Henry Creel's blood. That's how the whole thing happens. He's 1, she's 11. There's a whole bunch of like references to 12s. There are like the clock is one of the things, is kind of like the representation of him. They're wondering, so like 11 plus 1 is 12. We're wondering what the deal is with that. What my theory is that we have 4 different planes of existence, right? We have our regular world, we have the upside down, then we have Dimension X, and then even further than that, we have Henry Creel's mind. And that's where Max and Holly are. But you mentioned them being inside
the wall,
or Holly being inside the wall. I think from what I could see and how they've tried to use like lighting and color is trying to differentiate. They've done this throughout the series. The difference between worlds by what shades we're using, what colors we're using, and we're not getting the red that we normally get when we see Holly hooked up to the thing that she's trapped by. We see this yellow, and the yellow is kind of what is sort of showing up as Dimension X. So I think that Holly's actually in Dimension X, even though she's now in Henry's brain, because apparently he doesn't kill people, he like absorbs them and takes their power.
So the way I see it, like you're at Henry's house.
Yep.
Max like leaves the note for Holly in the mailbox, and they run through the forest, and they just see this huge wall. In my head, that's the other side of that wall,
and that's I think
right?
I'm not totally sure. What I'm guessing is
she's on the other side. I know
what you're saying,
and they're here.
Yep,
and they're eventually going to break through, and they're going to save her. That's where my head's at. They're completely somewhere else. All right.
Yes, my thought could be that the upside down is kind of like created, I think, partly by Henry Creel in his engagement with Will Byers in the first season when that's how this whole season starts out is pretty much with Will being in the Upside Down. The day that he was abducted, we start out there. That's how the whole series starts. And what I think that's saying to me and what I've seen is that maybe that was the day that the Upside Down was actually created. And that this in between world, between Dimension X and the real world, needed a bridge. And I think that's what the big wall is I think that it's a tunnel that's being created from Dimension X into the real world so that the Mind Flayer
Oh,
operating through Henry Creel can take over the regular world.
I think that's way too complex for the mass America.
It's going to be hard for them
fathom.
no matter what they do, but they've done, like, the Duffer Brothers have done a fantastic job with explaining weird science
Mhm.
to be understandable. So I don't put it past them. You know, we've seen it multiple times too. Like in one of the recent episodes, you know, the science teacher who is always the guy that kind of explains the shit to us about what we're gonna either see or what we're seeing happen at that time. He has like this wormhole thing drawn on the board. Um,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I don't know. I think that's at least kind of how I'm seeing it, is that the Upside Down is not even really the bad place. It's just the bridge between Dimension X, where the Mind Flayer actually exists, and the real world. So I don't even
So
think Vecna is necessarily the bad guy. And I think
no,
that
that's what you're saying.
he
Yeah.
is going to somehow, they're going to all team up, including Vecna, to defeat the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, because you think the Mind Flayer is controlling Vecna. Huh?
Yes.
And then he'll turn to be Henry again.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, yay, you
Yay,
saved
we're all
me. Oh,
happy.
we're all 24 now.
Yeah, and I can't wait to go to college.
Yeah.
I'm like 30 years old, and I can't wait.
I
Finally leaving my parents' house.
I know that people are kind of shitting on this new season, but I
Really?
really like the fast tone of it. I really like that it
Yeah.
feels like the whole thing is an ending.
Yeah.
Instead of like, there's not like separate episodes where like, okay, this is episode this is episode this. The whole thing just seems like we're watching like a fucking 20-hour movie.
Correct. And I think that, yeah, they do that really well by these separate storylines that we're seeing. So it's not, and they're
Exactly.
doing really good at saying like, this episode isn't just the gang or just Hopper. Like, they're tying them in together so that they're all kind of working at the same time. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah,
But like I said,
I'm super excited.
we enjoy everything. But yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what anyone have to say bad about. Like, I could see what people like and don't like about Welcome to Derry. This one, like, I think that there was some weak seasons. Mostly, like, I didn't love 2 and 3 so much, but the
Yeah,
Vecna
exactly.
storyline has like elevated this thing to fucking the heights that it kind of is deserving of. And I think that this final season has been fucking sick.
Well, they're also like tying back to like season 2, which was
Yeah.
like kind of random. You're like, okay, who's this group that Eleven's hanging out with that are all part of it? And you never saw it again.
Right.
And now she's like,
Yeah.
number 8
is back,
like,
baby.
oh, all right. 8's back,
Yeah.
baby. And also Will has fucking
Will,
powers now.
What's up, guy?
He's like, what? I don't have to be afraid of being gay in the 80s? Look at my power.
I'm so strong.
No one could hurt me. Fuck you, non-believers. Brr. And then you got all powerful.
So, okay, you mentioned this to me earlier, but 1 through 4 release on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
5, 6, and 7 are releasing on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting the last final episode. Episode 8 is on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Now, is that only going to be in theaters? So you mentioned that it's dropping in theaters.
I think it's dropping in theaters on the 31st.
Okay, and then it'll be kind of like what they did with the start of the season, where the next day it'll be available on streaming. The next day,
I assume it'll be available on streaming.
Fucking hate it.
I do too, but
fuck you, Netflix.
Kind of enjoy that they're putting it in theaters.
Yeah.
And because I am a huge fan and supporter of movie theaters, and it's a dying breed
for sure.
I guess, and I'm nervous about it.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm at with it. Okay, if I have to wait one more day, I'm not going to watch this on New Year's anyways.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are.
Well, I guess that kind of like sort of ties things into kind of our next discussion is like, is Netflix trying to kill or support movie theaters?
And exactly, like that's where I'm at. And I personally think they're probably trying to destroy it
Yeah,
by
like what if they're like undermining it? They're like, oh, go see it. And then like they send the movie theaters like bad copies and shit like that. Be like, see, don't trust them. Just watch shit on Netflix.
well, you think about Frankenstein. Frankenstein was in theaters for 2 weekends, and it was only at independent theaters.
Yeah.
Now,
What's
could
up with
that
that?
have been
It's such a beautiful movie.
could have that have been Guillermo del Toro being like, "Yo, just put it at private. Like, I just want this film." Maybe, but this I think if this movie came out in IMAX, it would have been a lot bigger deal than it was.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, because it
And
was such a
so,
beautiful movie.
and this is what I worry about. But or I think I'm assuming we're talking about the fact that Netflix just won the rights to purchase Warner Brothers for
Correct.
$82 billion.
Yeah. But I've also seen other stuff that
first thing I
Paramount
have to
is
say about
trying to.
Paramount's trying to rebuttal it with $100 million. Like, no, or 100
Yeah.
billion. Be like, yo, no,
Yeah.
we want to buy it. And we promise to put out 30 theatrical movies a year.
Okay.
My only thing against Paramount is they're like basically they're best friends with Donald Trump. So I think we'll just get like the movies that Donald Trump wants.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that Netflix is going to just destroy the movie theater by just putting things only on Netflix. And
Sending shitty stuff to the
well,
theaters.
kind of to explain more into what that means to purchase Warner Brothers is Warner Brothers owns HBO Max.
Mhm.
It owns DC.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes. So basically, almost
A lot of
fucking
IP.
Yes, and like that's I see what Netflix is doing because Netflix doesn't have a huge IP. It has like
Yeah, they
Squid
have to develop
Games.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes, where this will be, they'll have a lot of shit that people are going to come and watch.
Yeah.
But I would say that HBO Max is probably the second. I watch HBO Max probably more than I watch Netflix, but Netflix is like close second.
Yeah.
So with this merging, my thoughts are, how much are they going to fucking charge us?
Yeah, for sure.
Are we not going to have movie theaters anymore?
Yeah.
Or hopefully
Yeah,
the
they're just
American
making it a
people
monopoly. Yeah.
And also, why did you get so pissed off when I shared my password to my mom like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
They
She's
decided they did a
she was
massive
trying to
thing where we
watch.
can't have, like, you know what? No one else is allowed to have your Netflix password because we don't have enough money to do that. And they're like, just kidding. We just spent
We have
$82 billion to
billion.
buy Batman. So
Fuck you, man.
am I not wrong?
Yeah. I'm not pumped about it. I just from even just a monopoly standpoint, the constant like you want to have it's how things progress when we have competition. If you just buy out all the competition, you can make shit because you don't have anyone to fucking compete with.
And I think
That's why we
HBO
get
Max,
so much good shit.
right? I think HBO Max does a lot of shit better than everyone else too.
For sure.
I'm like, fuck, dude, this has got to be good. Like I thought, Welcome to Jerry's is gonna be good because it's on HBO. Is my thoughts.
Yep. Yeah, if it was done by like, no offense, like FX or something, it'd be probably a little cheesy.
Exactly.
Because it has to go on prime time kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyways, I don't love it. Just putting that out there.
And why does Warner Brother has to sell? Like,
I don't know.
Are you hard up right now?
Maybe I have no idea. I don't understand it at all. But you know what? That's for a business guy to talk about and not us dumb idiots.
No, we're just dumb idiots that care about the content, and there's just a bunch of people that care about fucking money and are mad about it.
For sure.
I guess I would probably sell my company for $82 billion too.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd be like, you
like,
have
Jamie, you
to...
want to keep working or do you want to just take $82 billion and go home? And you're like, well,
they're also probably making like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
So just Netflix is like, oh, well, I'll give you fucking
More.
$82 billion.
Yeah. I did have a question. Do you see, we are dealing with, and I don't know if we want to hold this off for our discussion in the second episode that we have for part 2 of the Montauk Project, but do you see any things that may help us predict the ending of this series that may be given some credence by the Montauk Project stuff?
I'd have to think about that. Maybe we should.
Okay.
Do you want to spill the beans right now, or do you?
I really hope I see the. I want the big ass boat. I want it in here somehow. I want the
The
USS Eldridge. Yeah, the Philadelphia Experiment. I want it to appear.
well, I thought you said they have that in the play.
They do. So that's a huge part of how this whole thing happens. I think Dimension, well, no, I guess I don't exactly know. So Dimension X, one of the scientists. Okay. So what happens in the first shadow is the whole thing starts with the Philadelphia experiment. And they transport this boat. They are trying to do a cloaking thing. But anyways, that experiment goes haywire and it transfers them through time and space and potentially interdimensionally. So this guy comes back from the Philadelphia experiment. Captain Brenner is the captain of the ship, aka Dr. Brenner's dad. And he just tells his son all about all this crazy stuff that he saw because they went to fucking Dimension X on the boat, which makes Dr. Brenner like, that's why he's creating all these people because he wants to go see his dada. So I
Oh.
think that Dr. Brenner somehow is going to be back into this show. We're going to see a big ass boat that's from the 1940s somehow appearing somewhere in Hawkins' laboratory, because we know that Dustin has triangulated the wall around Hawkins' lab. It's the dead center of the whole thing, which also makes me think that it's a big portal and not because if it was Vecna's like world, I feel like it would be based around his house, but it's around Hawkins' lab, which makes me think that maybe it's this weird portal or tunnel or whatever between Dimension X
Yeah, that
and the
makes
real
sense.
world.
Yeah.
But anyways, I really want to see the big old boat.
I hope so too. I'll get excited if I see it.
Yeah.
If not, I'll be pissed off.
Because we've seen a lot of other stuff from the Montauk Project, like hinted at here and there. But we have not seen the giant boat yet, and I really think we're going to.
I want a big ass
I'm
boat.
gonna jump up in the air when it happens. Be like, yes, that's the USS fucking Eldridge.
What are these kid things? Yes,
there's Duncan Cameron right there.
They definitely got this from the Montauk Project,
even though they named it that to begin with. Now we know for sure.
All right, you probably got to get to work, dude.
I do. I got a couple questions for you.
Oh no!
Just one, actually.
Oh no! Go on.
Yep. All right. So this is questions from the crowd.
That's what I thought. I was like, I wonder you're just going to go right into it if you're not going to say your little thing. There you go.
All righty. So you have two jobs here. So you are going to first blind rank these horror locations from least deadly to an absolute massacre without knowing what one's coming next. Okay. And then after that, you have to tell me which one you'd think you'd survive the longest in. Okay. So let me pull up my little notepad here so I can write down how you're ranking things. All right. So number 1, Camp Crystal Lake. Where do you think that's going to rank 1 through 5 as far as least deadly to most deadly?
It's hard to say because I don't know where else you're going with it, but I'm throwing 3. I'm going to throw 3 in there.
Sweet. Camp Crystal Lake is coming in at the 3. All right. Second, Hawkins, Indiana.
I'm going with 5.
Okay. Least dangerous.
Yeah.
You're not a child. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have the Overlook Hotel, aka Shining Hotel.
Yeah, I know what the Overlook Hotel is. I'm just trying to think because if I'm there, I'm probably the one that's going to go mad. So,
so you're going to
kill
rank it low.
Else. So I'm going to go 4. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. Now you only have the 1 and the 2 left, so be careful here. Okay. All right. We have Derry, Maine.
Derry. I'm going with 2.
2? All right. Yeah. And the final,
there's got to be Hellraiser or Freddy's coming first.
We have Haddonfield, Illinois.
Oh, there we go. All right.
AKA the home of Michael Myers.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
All right. I need some reasoning here. Okay, so why Haddonfield first over Derry?
Well, because I didn't know it was an option.
Okay, that's fair. All right, but do you agree? You like your list here? Do you think, would you change anything? All right, Haddonfield 1, Derry 2, Camp Crystal Lake 3, Shining 4, and Hawkins, Indiana 5.
I'd probably do Shining to 5. I'd probably do Shining to 5.
Yeah.
Hawkins to 4.
Yep.
Crystal Lake would be 3. And then I think it's a toss-up either way. Like, I think I would survive more in Derry because it's only every 27 years, where in Haddonfield, it's every Halloween.
It's literally every fucking Halloween. The entire town just gets like absolutely ravaged by a crazy psychopath.
But like, can I just leave those places? Like on Halloween, I'm like,
No.
I just go on
No,
vacation.
you go on vacation.
In Derry,
No,
I'm
it
like,
doesn't
all
work
right,
like that.
I'm gonna leave for the entire year. All
It
right,
doesn't
here
work
comes
like that.
it. Let's
Remember
just leave.
Halloween H2O?
Yes. So I'd
He
say
takes his talents to South California.
so. I think I would get killed more by Michael than
Pennywise.
by Pennywise, and
Okay.
also by Jason. So I stand with
That's
that.
Oh, okay. So you would say that you could survive longer in Derry and Camp Crystal Lake than you could in Haddonfield. You think you're dying
Yes.
quick in Haddonfield?
Yes, I think so.
All right. For sure. I could also agree with that. For you, for sure.
For just me. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the next question? So where I'm going to
That's
survive?
it, dude.
Yeah, we did it.
Yep. Which one do you think you'd survive the longest in?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take, well, I guess, yeah. So there's that one. Which one are you going to survive the longest in? You think you're probably Hawkins?
Yeah, I think Hawkins for sure.
But are we talking season 1 Hawkins or season 5 Hawkins? Because shit's getting fucked up everywhere.
Yeah, but like everyone is completely oblivious in this season, other than the group.
I think you made a good point. I would say that the Overlook Hotel might be your best bet to survive.
Well, also, if I go crazy, I'm gonna murder
That's
myself.
what I'm saying.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
So
you're
Hawkins,
thinking there's a straight up chance you might survive Hawkins?
What if I'm just a weird bystander that doesn't do anything? I guess we'll have to see.
I could see you as like a Murray type character.
Who's Murray? Oh yeah, just selling shit.
Yeah. Well, he's just like the conspiracy guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess we'll have to see the end of Stranger Things before I can truly know.
Yeah, we'll circle back around to this one at the end of Stranger Things.
Yeah, because in the Overlook, I would definitely go crazy, and then I would just like freeze to death in the maze.
Yeah, you'd die eventually. Well, that's all I got for you, dude.
My cheeks are turning red from the alcohol.
It's not from smiling so much?
I think it's the alcohol for sure.
Oh, okay.
All right. With that being said, thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe to us. It means a whole lot to subscribe. It means a lot to us. And financially, we could get paid if you like this and listen to it. Once again, we are Horror Whiskey Company, not Horror Water Company, like Peter said, because he's a super sober guy, because of, the body's failing.
Yep.
So tune in next week where we finish the Montauk Project. We're going to go into part 2.
It's going to be a long one, dude.
I assumed it would take forever.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, lead us off. Count us away.
With that, you guys, stay weird.
Stay wicked.
And stay wasted. Chug, 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 wasted. Done.